Hi, this is Isha from the Erskine Farm, and I wanted to give you guys an update on our Backyard to Farm Transformation series. This is summer 2021. Check it out. So here's our summer greenhouse this year. Instead of it being empty, I decided to try a few things in pots. So we have eggplants, which are small but producing. And then we also have quite a few peppers that seem to really enjoy being in the greenhouse. And we're replacing some of our citrus that died in the frost with potted plants in the greenhouse. And I'm trying one cherry tomato, which has a few, but not many. We're also starting our fall crops already. And these are some gourds we're starting for the kids' school. And my friend gave me this fig tree. And the idea is that I'm gonna tie this up like a sort of espalier situation. Out in the field here, we have our three sisters, corn, beans, and squash patch. A little bit modified because we've had trouble in the past, so we do bush beans that don't actually climb the corn, and I think that's mainly because we like to grow sweet corn, not flour corn. Next we have what's supposed to be our row of peppers. See a volunteer tomato there. And the gophers ate about a third of the row. This blank area here was 8 eggplants, which I then replanted after the gophers ate them, and then they ate them again. So hard year with gophers. They have found our garden. Our tomatoes on this new trellis are doing so much better than last year. Last year they fell over and were very diseased by this time in the season. And we have a tomatillo, hoping to make some green salsa. Coming to the next row here, we have some greens going, kale, chard, and broccoli. And then of course, the gigantic zucchini plants. Uh-oh, there's a big one. The next row we have is our root crops of beets and carrots. I had a really hard time germinating a row of carrots, so I changed my method and just made a little patch around every drip emitter. One thing I really wanted to show is that last year this garden was just tons of tall grass and weeds in the paths, and they just keep coming in to the rows. So what we decided to do, we got a bunch of free wood chips from a local tree trimming company. We put down cardboard, and our weed pressure between the rows is almost gone, which is amazing. It makes our lives a lot easier. So then in our next row, we have our cucumbers, which the gophers have ate quite a bit of as well. But we do have a second round that look healthy, and hopefully they will come back and produce for us. This time last year, we were producing tons and tons of pickles, and now we have none. And a few onions, our old crop of broccoli still in here. That's it for the annual rows, and then we get into our perennials. We have 2 rows of strawberries this year. Last year we only had 1. And we have been harvesting these pretty much every single day. And they're so delicious. I feel so spoiled and lucky to eat fresh strawberries from my own garden every single day. In the next row we have asparagus. If you've never seen asparagus leaf out in the summertime, this is what it looks like. Big ferns. And we did eat a bunch during the spring. It was delicious. Most recent big project was getting these 2 rows of blueberries in. They were in pots last year, and I planted about 3 a day over the past 2 weeks. And we have been harvesting blueberries every day for a long time. There's still a few on a couple of these plants. And we used the Dave Wilson's nursery soil mix that they recommended, and they're doing really great. These are huge berries. See if I can get it in focus here. Next we have our rows of grapes, table grapes, and we didn't think that there was going to be any grapes this year, but to my surprise, these Concords are really sizing up nicely. So 2 rows of table grapes. And then we have our golden raspberries, which have a really nice spring crop, and now they're starting to produce their fall crop, which will be ripe soon. And then we have our red raspberries. There's actually still just a couple, but I think they're gonna be producing a whole nother crop as well. The berries that are just starting to come in are these thornless blackberries, which are really amazing. And just the fact that you can work with them without cutting up your fingers is so great. I'll give you a quick little look at the orchard. We put in 25 trees about 1.5 years ago, and most of them are doing quite well. We lost about 2.5 trees to the frost, and they're coming back from the roots, but I think we might replant with something hardier anyway. So these were 2 figs. They got really killed off by the frost, came back from the roots. And then this one, I just feel like it's permanently stunted, and maybe we should replace it, because this is like the same kind of tree over here, if you know what I mean. And we actually are getting a few peaches and nectarines, which I really didn't think we were gonna get this year. So that's awesome. All right, on to the animal update. We've had these baby goats for about 3 weeks now. They're still a little bit shy if I get too close, but they're so cute. They make me so happy. Eventual goals for these are to be 2 Nigerian dwarf milking goats, and we'll make cheese and yogurt. I'm also trying to leash train them so they'll carry my water bottles on hikes. And we'll see how that goes. They're getting better, but it's gonna take some time. Their names are Panther and Panda. I think you can tell who's who. Zip line for the kids. Fun tree fort that we put in. Here come the rabbits. This little guy is Oreo. He was given to us from a camp that our kids went to and needed to have him rescued. He's got some really cool coloring. And then we have Peter over here. Hello, Peter. The main purpose for these guys is just their poop at the moment. You can put it straight on the garden or make poo tea, and it is really good for the garden. Someday we may try to set up breeding, but that's a whole nother thing, so we're not there quite yet. Lastly, we have our chicken coop, and it looks like we have an escapee. So we've tried to upgrade this area quite a bit with hog panels, but they still tend to get out, especially when they're not very fat yet, because they can fly over even with their wings clipped. We have 14 chickens now. We started some from eggs this year, and we did end up with 1 rooster, which we'll see how that goes. We decided to start hanging their feed because we still lose a lot, but we were trying to waste less, and we heard that that could help. And we were using this auto water, like dog water bowl. We also have our raised bed garden over here. Definitely the best onion crop we've ever had. Sunflowers are just for fun. That's our kitchen herb bed. Well, thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. That's been our farm update for summer 2021 here on the Erskine Farm. I hope you enjoyed, learned something. Please like, subscribe, and follow along with us if you'd like to see this journey. We did a whole series on a blank backyard to farm transformation. Thanks again. Bye.